The car seems to have hit something, forced to stop automatically. Paul gets out of the car with a puzzled look, but nothing. What happened just now? It's broad daylight, could it be a ghost? The young couple look confused, due to the rush of time. The two don't think too much, and continue to drive forward, but very soon, Paul sees from the rearview mirror that there is a black sports car following them all the time. At first Paul doesn't care, thinking it's just a passing car, but as the black car gets faster and faster, and now right behind his car, Paul starts to be panic. He quickly slows down, trying to let the car overtake, but unexpectedly the sports car slows down also, following behind Pal's car. Obviously this is done on purpose. Paul thinks they are being targeted, so quickly step on the accelerator and drive forward, and the car follows closely behind. Paul could only accelerate, trying to get rid of the car, but the speed of the sports car is too fast. No matter how fast Paul is, it won't help at all. The situation is very critical. Fortunately, there is a rest stop ahead, so Paul hurriedly rushes in. Fortunately, the car does not catch up. The young couple breathe a sigh of relief. Paul keeps thinking they must have been followed. He has no clue of the reason. Pal's wife Kate doesn't think so. She simply thinks it might just be a prank by someone, otherwise, they wouldn't have let them go so easily. Heard what Kate said. Paul instantly dispels his doubts. The two walk straight into the restaurant, ready to buy something to eat. But when they walk in, everyone here looks weird. There's not even a gleam of light in their eyes, but the two don't care. After finishing the meal, hurriedly get up and continue the journey. But soon, the car suddenly bangs again, as if it hit something, forced to stop automatically. The young couple are stunned. Isn't this exactly the same as what just happened? And there are no signs of collisions around the car. This weird scene really scares the two, but then, Kate also discovers a more terrifying thing. They are still in the same place. It means that they never go out of here. Could it be the ghost they meet? They quickly get out of the car to see if they are driving in the wrong direction, but after carefully checking around the wilderness, they find that there is no other path except this road, and Kate is also very sure that it is impossible to go the wrong way. Just when the two are puzzled, Paul finds that the sports car shows again. Now they are so sure they have been followed by someone. In this situation, Paul quickly asks Kate to pass the car key, escape first. Unexpectedly, Kate steps forward, walks straight towards the car. She wants to see what this guy is up to. Kate angrily walks towards the car. She wants to see who is following them, but the moment the window falls, Kate backs away in fright on the spot. She quickly drags her husband back to car, then drives away quickly, and the sports car follows closely behind. Seeing this, Kate could only slam on the accelerator and drive forward quickly. Paul quickly asks her what she saw, but Kate is incoherent at this time. She doesn't know how to describe it. All she thinks about is getting rid of that car as soon as possible. But now, Kate is surprised to find that the petrol almost runs out, and the sports car has come behind them. The situation is very critical. Kate suddenly screams excitedly. It turns out that she sees the rest stop before. This brings back the hope again to the couple. Kate hurriedly turns into it directly, and the sports car, like last time, doesn't keep up. The young couple are terrified, rush into the restaurant for help. Kate immediately borrows the phone to report the case, but the policeman says, due to the remote location, it takes at least a day or two to reach. The police tells her to stay at the rest stop and wait in peace, don't go anywhere, until someone from their side arrives at the scene. Kate, who heard this, has no choice but to hang up the phone, but actually the person who just talked to her is the owner of the restaurant. Now, the boss hurries out of the office, pretends to persuade them to listen to the police. Staying in the restaurant is the most correct choice, otherwise, something bad could happen outside, and said they could waive their room bill for tonight. They are wondering why the boss is so kind, but the two have no choice, just do what the boss says. However, at this moment, the woman they met in the restaurant before suddenly walks in. She yells for the two to get out of here, but before she finishes speaking, the boss just interrupts her, and asks the staff to pull the woman away. Then the boss tells the pals, don't take this woman's word for it, because she has some mental problems, often talks nonsense. The boss asks the couple to rest assured, just stay here with peace of mind. Then he leaves. Soon after, the chef comes over and secretly slips a note to them. Haven't waited for the two to react. It is confiscated by the boss, who rushes over. The couple don't know what's written on it. At this time, the boss suggests to take them to see the room, but just when the boss is about to open the door, Kate accidentally sees a figure sitting there motionless in the next room. Aware of the situation, Kate hurriedly pulls her husband and runs outside. Seeing this, the boss quickly chases after, but it's still a step too late. Get away by the two driving first. At this time, the Paul couple finally realize things are far more complicated than imagined. The only thing they have to do right now is to get out of this weird place as soon as possible, but not notice a man in black standing by the side of the road, staring at them. But weirder thing is, no matter how they drive, the car will crash into things for no reason, and this road seems to never end. Not only that, the day doesn't change at all. This series of strange phenomena really freak them out. However, what's more terrifying is yet to come. This could be the most terrifying road in the world. Not only never ends, but there's a sports car following you all the time. The young couple drive back and forth, but always past that rest stop. Seems like they've been caught in a loop. Paul thinks it's not an option to go on like this, so he suddenly stops. After the sports car overtakes, he hastily makes an emergency U-turn and drives in the opposite direction. Sure enough, it works, successfully drops the sports car. The two are so excited, but gradually, they find something wrong. The two take turns driving for a long time, but never see the end of the road. At this time, the fuel tank has also bottomed out. The two have no choice but to abandon the car and try to find other route on foot. Soon after, they find an accident car not far away. The two hurries forward to check, but the car in front is actually their own car. The two are completely stunned. This strange phenomenon cannot be explained at all. Paul is about to break down. He wonders which part goes wrong. Could it be that he and his wife are both dead? Suddenly this young couple cannot help but feel sad, but at this moment,
No! No! No, please don't do this to us! Please! Stop!
Come on.
Stop it!
No, come on, you motherfucker, you want me?
Michael, no! Stop!
You want to come on?
seeing the situation is not good, Kate quickly supports Paul and runs back, then gets in the car, continue on the road of escape, and the sports car follows closely behind. It seems that the sports car will never give up until kill them today. The two have no choice but to drive the car into the rest stop again, and the sports car is still not chasing. Seeing this, Kate quickly helps her husband to rest on the sofa, then runs to find the boss to ask what is going on. This time the boss doesn't hide anymore, finally tell the truth to Kate. It turns out that the man on the sports car is a soul ferryman. He specializes in chasing down the dying. In fact, the couple had already been involved in a car accident. Both are dying, but not completely dead. Therefore, that man is here to collect their souls. Once find they are on the road, they will inevitably be pursued endlessly by the man, and this rest stop is a transfer station for the soul. It's the last supper for the dying. The boss also says, never told them earlier, because of the fear that they won't be able to face reality. In the end, no one can escape the arrangement of fate, but it's not impossible. Her husband Paul has to be sacrificed. Kate firmly disagrees. She says she would stay with her husband even if she dies, but at this time the boss says that Kate is pregnant. The reason to keep persuading is he doesn't want to see such a small life being taken away. Also, the boss is also very sympathetic to their experience. It's getting late. If don't act now, it could be no way to recover. Then, the boss hurriedly calls to communicate with the superior. After a long talk, the superior finally agrees to his request. The boss quickly turns around and nods to the chef. The chef knows instantly, starts Paul's car now, drives all the way, and the oncoming car is the ferryman's car. Maybe that's the only way to get their lives back, and the chef is down a notch because of it, but save a life.